If you missed Smackdown, congratulations, because it was unbearably horrible. It was horrendous garbage. Don't watch it. If you already watched it, well, then you know. So, Cody, the champion, comes out in another suit and tie, right? This time he comes out in his Inspector Gadget suit. Some of you youngins probably don't know who Inspector Gadget is. Look it up. So Cody comes out and he's like, "Hey, Washington, D.C., what do we want to talk about?" And everyone's like, "Yay, Cody's here in his suit, asking us what we want to talk about." And then he brings up everyone who has qualified for the Elimination Chamber. And after he says Drew McIntyre's name, then Drew McIntyre comes out. And his whole issue is that when Cody brought up his name, he didn't go on and on about how awesome Drew McIntyre is. So Drew's like, "Just Drew McIntyre? Just Drew McIntyre? Cody, I won at WrestleMania. I've won a Royal Rumble. I won here. I won there. I won here and there and everywhere. You should be talking more about me," right? And Cody's like, "Sorry, Drew. I guess I should have talked more about you." It was a really weird, awkward interaction between these two. Look at Cody's long coat. Who can identify with this man? Let me rant for a second about this. The reason why people don't buy as much Cody merch is because Cody doesn't wear his own merch. People used to buy the Austin 316 shirt by the tens of millions because Stone Cold would wear that shirt. Stone Cold made the shirt popular. The Rock would wear his merch. John Cena would wear his merch, right? But Cody, Mr. Squeaky Clean Babyface Champion, doesn't wear his own merch and instead chooses to wear these bougie suits. Like, nobody in the audience dresses like that. So nobody can relate to a man who dresses like this. And so I would venture to guess that the WWE has lost millions of dollars in potential merch sales just by not having Cody wear his own freaking merch. I mean, are they idiots? Who dresses like this? Why? Anyway, so they have this really weird, awkward interaction here. And then the next thing that happens is Jacob Fatu's music hits. Doesn't make any sense. Like, why is he coming out here? What does he have to do with any of this? So then Jacob Fatu gets in the ring. So now you have Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Jacob Fatu all in the ring, all being very awkward. It's like these guys don't really belong in the ring at the same time together. There's like no real story that should put them all here at once. Nonetheless, here they are, and Jacob Fatu says to Drew McIntyre, "You already qualified for the Elimination Chamber, but I'm going to get mine tonight. I'm going to walk the dog," or something like that. It was just really strange. Like, why does Drew McIntyre care? Why do you need to tell him that? Anyway, so this leads to then all three men just leaving the ring. So nobody attacks anybody. They all just say their weird thing, and then they all just look at each other. It gets really awkward. And then, to make things even more strange and awkward, Solo Sikoa pulls up, and they show it on the Jumbotron. And then you have this weird moment where Fatu, like, stops Cody from, like, exiting the ring here. It's just really weird. None of this made any sense. And even the crowd was just sitting there scratching their head, wondering what the hell was going on. So this whole segment, not only was it terrible and not entertaining, and nobody attacked anyone, and there was no wrestling whatsoever, It was just awkward as all hell. Later on, LA Knight and The Miz battle it out for a shot at the United States title. It's a shame that a talent like LA Knight is relegated to the United States Championship and having to fight The Miz. Nonetheless, the match goes the way you would expect. LA Knight wins, and then there was this strange stare down between him and Nakamura. It was really weird. Almost as awkward as when Fatu and Cody and Drew McIntyre were in the ring. It's almost like they were trying to see who could do the most awkward thing tonight on SmackDown. So Nakamura now has this like red and black face paint, and he's had this very underwhelming title reign. Not sure what the point of taking the belt off of LA Knight, putting it on Nakamura so he could wrestle nobody, defend it never, and then now they're going to have another match again. Like, why? What was the point? Makes no sense. Moving on. So then next up, we have a Transformer match between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. And they're battling back and forth. And then at one point, Candice LeRae gets involved and she interrupts the match. The ref throws out the match and disqualifies Nia Jax. So Tiffany Stratton ends up getting the win. So Trish Stratus randomly gets involved for whatever reason. And then she starts beating up Candice LeRae. And then she gets hit from behind by Nia Jax. So Nia Jax takes out both Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. And if you think about it, Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton. Wow, their names sound remarkably similar. Yeah, they do that on purpose. So they were successful with the Trish Stratus character. So then, of course, now they have Tiffany Stratton. They do this on purpose. It's by design. They have these similar names. Anyway, so the next thing that happens is all these guys come out, which this is comical to me. So all these dudes come out to stop Nia Jax from beating up Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus, but they're all pretending like she's some big badass dude. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dudes, but they're all treating Nia Jax as if she's like some badass dude who will beat them up if they try and do anything. So they're all just pleading with her to stop, and then she hits a big leg drop on Tiffany Stratton, and none of these men are going to do anything about it. So apparently, if you're a regular man, you're scared of Nia Jax. Guys, in what world is one of these WWE women's wrestlers so scary that like a regular man is like too afraid to approach them? So now we have to pretend that like every WWE women's wrestler can beat up any man. And even if you have 6 dudes, they can't break apart 2 women wrestlers. Get out of here. You get what I'm saying? Like, all these guys came out and they didn't even break them apart. They just stood there and they're like, no, stop. Don't do it, Nia. Okay, and then here's something that no other online wrestling review guy will tell you. That is not a regular woman. If you think that this is just a regular woman, you're crazy. That's a dude inside of a bodysuit. So Nia Jax leaves the ring, and then Tiffany Stratton stays down, selling that she's extra hurt from the leg drop that she just took. And hate to break it to you guys, but this is not a legitimate woman either. This person has fake boobs. This person has had plenty of plastic surgery. This person has no hips. The hips don't lie. And just then, the Queen, Queen, comes out and Same deal. The hips don't lie. So Charlotte has a lack of hips, a lack of ass, but plenty of shoulder muscle action. Guys, this is not a regular female. Who out there actually looks at a person like this and sees a woman? I don't. But most every single WWE fan seems to think that these are all 100% genuine women. Okay. And then things proceed to get really awkward when Charlotte Flair sets up a chair and Tiffany Stratton is still selling that she's hurt really bad. And all the people that came out to break up the fight between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton, they all left. So everyone just left, and Tiffany Stratton just laid there in the ring selling while Charlotte came out and set up a chair. And then Charlotte goes, Tiffy, wake up, Tiffy. The queen chooses you. And everybody cheers. Guys, this is like one of the most awkward, cringy episodes of Smackdown ever. And finally, your main event. We got a triple threat match. The winner qualifies for the Elimination Chamber. You got Damian Priest, Braun Strowman, Jacob Fatu. Wow, what an amazing main event. Excuse me. So, these guys wrestle back and forth, and then at one point, Jacob Fatu gets thrown onto the announcer's table by Damian Priest, and later on by Braun Strowman. And the table doesn't break. It was one of those I am the table botchamania situations where the announcer's table just would not break. And then Solo Sikoa shows up and he interferes in the match. He hits Braun Strowman with a Samoan spike. So Braun Strowman is about to take out Fatu at one point, and then he gets hit with this Samoan spike by Solo. So then it looks like Fatu is going to win the match. But then Cucky Rhodes comes out and he gets involved. Not sure why Cody cares. But anyway, so Cody comes out to be the squeaky clean babyface, and then he starts fighting with Solo Sikoa. And the next thing that happens is Damian Priest jumps back in the ring. And then he hits Braun Strowman with his finishing move, the South of Sanity, or whatever it's called. And then he gets the win. So Damian Priest qualifies for the Elimination Chamber. Which is kind of strange. I mean, you automatically know he's not going to win. So basically, a guy like Damian Priest, you know he's not going to main event WrestleMania against Cody. That just wouldn't make any sense at all. So by him qualifying for the Elimination Chamber, you can cross him out because he's not winning. So having him in the Elimination Chamber, in my opinion, is ridiculous. So I guess we're not going to get Roman Reigns in the Elimination Chamber, and instead we get Damian Priest in there. And then there's this weird moment where Damian and Cody both look at the WrestleMania sign together, and then they shake hands. Like what, are we supposed to get tricked into thinking that this is what the WrestleMania main event's going to be? Yeah, right. What's the point of teasing that you two might be in the main event together? It'll never happen. That would be the worst main event ever if these two were the main event of WrestleMania. Could you imagine Damian Priest wins the Elimination Chamber and it's these two in the main event night 2? Wow, book the hotel room in Vegas throw down for some $3,000 tickets. I want to see Cody and Damian in the main event. Said nobody ever. So yeah, roll credits. Arguably worst SmackDown maybe of all time. I don't know. You guys let me know what you thought down below. I thought it was absolute laughable, horrendous garbage, personally. If this episode of SmackDown was on fire, I would not piss on it to put it out. But you guys tell me what you thought in the comments section down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.